in my grind phase, I'll refer to it as my grind phase, like, hey, I need to just get, 4 transactions a month happening type of mindset from zero. I had a very strict morning routine and a very strict calendar.
And my workout with a run, which I felt like really increased my energy going through like the rest of the day. I'd hit up the juice bar, I'd make it to my office by 8, and that was my routine. And I always felt like whenever that didn't happen for whatever reason, my day wasn't as good or wasn't as productive. And it might have just been a mental block, but I feel like those morning routines are really critical. And the second part of that word routine, like actually having a routine that pre-frames you for success. What about morning routines? We hear a lot about morning routines. Do you believe in morning routines? Do you have one? Like, did you have one as an agent? Like, what do you say about that?
Yeah, as an agent, I did my whole thing. And if you guys have followed me for any amount of time on social media or YouTube, I'm all about freedom. And freedom to me is not having a very strict routine, even though we're talking about following your schedule right now. For me, like, you didn't really like prospecting. I didn't really like prospecting, but it was a means to an end. It was a necessary evil. And that's how I feel about like strict routines. I'm just more of a free spirit. So when I was like in my grind phase, I'll refer to it as my grind phase, like, hey, I need to just get, 4 transactions a month happening type of mindset from zero. I had a very strict morning routine and a very strict calendar. Today in my life, now that I'm financially independent, it's not so much strict, and I really enjoy that. And now also, now that I'm a dad of 2 little kids, like, I remember thinking like, man, why don't all these agents have a strict morning routine? And now that I have kids, I realize like, okay, I see why having a strong morning routine might be tough if you have kids, although it's still possible. So yeah, man, when I was early on in my real estate career, there was this really, really cool workout group. You might have heard of it since we were both from Charlotte, called F3. It was this morning workout group, Faith Family Fitness, and it was at 5:30 outdoors, just men before they went to work, working out outside, rain, snow, whatever, didn't matter. And that was awesome for me. So I'd get up at 4:50. I would eat a banana, and I would be on like a field at a school or neighborhood by 5:30 to work out for an hour. And that was awesome. I'd go home, I would shower, typically read or listen to something while I was getting ready to just, get my mindset right. And then on my way to the office, I would either be listening to something to help my mindset again, or I'd be role playing my scripts. Ideally, I got to the office by 7:45 to role play my scripts, but if I was running behind for whatever reason, I would role play my scripts in the car on the way there. And by 8 a.m., I was hitting go on my dialer to start calling the new expireds. So it was workout, it was mindset, and it was, getting usually like a healthy shake or breakfast in before the office. So it's crucial, man. It's when you're operating at that level and you need that discipline in your life to achieve those types of goals, I think it's essential.
I'd leave my house. I lived way down on the peninsula, so I had a little bit of a drive. I'd go to the Y. I'd listen to a ritual podcast on my way to the Y. I'd listen to a podcast while I was working out. So I don't think it's as important what it is. I just think it's that you have something that consistently gets you into movement. Movement's critical before you sit down at your desk and before you start making calls.